Tinder and the nightclubs, this video will teach you the fastest way to start dating with low or no previous experience. You will learn the Northstar Method, which is a protocol I use to go from unattractive loser to going on dates fast. Let's go. First, I want to talk about the things that are keeping you a virgin right now, because there's a couple habits you keep on doing that are unattractive to women, which you need to quit to actually start changing something about your dating life. And the first big, massive problem is that plainly you are not speaking to enough women. I want you to think about your skill of speaking to women like a skill in a video game. You know how you can like level up melee? You can level up talking to women. But the only way you can do that is by actually talking to women. And of course that means that the first few conversations you have with women are going to be shit because your talking level is literally zero. But these conversations are also going to be so educational because you're going to learn so many things at once. And what's actually nice about it is that sure, you have to go through this initial phase of being shit with women and you kind of have to force yourself in a conversation, but then your skill levels up. And once you're actually like, let's say level 15 at talking to women, suddenly it becomes fun because suddenly you have some competence you can actually use in those conversations, and suddenly you know how to flirt, when to flirt, and it becomes fun to talk to women. Okay, that's reason number one, and probably the biggest one you're not speaking to women. Second one is that you are disowning your desires. Like if you were to tell a person close to you, or even maybe tell yourself that you have a desire for a woman, that would actually feel kind of weird. Like you would feel weird if you were to talk to your dad about, oh yeah, that date you went to, what does he think about it? You would feel weird if you were to start talking about women with your brothers, because you are not fine with actually expressing that desire you have for women. And the problem with that is that when you're unable to express that you like women, that is going to keep women from liking you back, because you are literally not able to tell them that you like them or to show them that you like them. Like you need to come to terms with yourself. You need to disinhibit the feeling that your balls give you, because otherwise romantic connection to women is literally not possible. Like if you are too scared to show a woman your desire, if you never show her your desire, then she won't realize that you actually want to like build a relationship to her. And when she doesn't know that, then you can build this relationship. So that's a big one. Third one is that you have a couple of bad habits that are killing your desire or generally your motivation to speak to women. The three biggest perpetrators in here are porn, video games, and scrolling. Like you've probably heard about good dopamine, bad dopamine. Porn, video games, and scrolling, these things are all bad dopamine because they pretty much give you a free feeling of happiness without putting in any work, which is not how our brains were wired to get rewards. And you might think, well, it's just video games. How do these things make me unattractive to women? Bro, just look at like professional CSGO players, okay? First look at how much money they're making. 20 to 50K, that's fucking insane. But then look at how these motherfuckers look. Like these guys play video games for 8 to 12 hours a day. And you cannot tell me that these men are attractive. You just can't. Like it's just weird, but bad habits, for some reason, they just make you unattractive. Like I think Aristotle once said, we are what we repeatedly do. And if we repeatedly do dumb stuff, then we just look unattractive. But here's another gamer. I used to watch his YouTube channel a lot back in the days, but honestly, like no front to him, but he's just not attractive. Like it's just weird. When you do bad habits, you just become an unattractive person. Same thing goes for good habits. When you actually quit the bad habits, start the good habits. For example, when you hit the gym often, then you're automatically going to become a more attractive person. If you become even a percentile of a percentile less attractive when you play 1 hour of video games, that shit adds up. Because how much video games do you play a day? 4 hours, and then you do 2 more hours of scrolling, and then half an hour of porn. That shit adds up. And the fourth thing you keep on doing that keeps you a virgin is overthinking. And I know you've heard a lot about overthinking, and if I were just to tell you, oh yeah, stop overthinking, that shit doesn't work, because you can't just turn your brain off, unfortunately. Because what happens when you overthink, and let's apply this to a concrete example, you see a pretty girl, you want to approach her, but then you start thinking, and then immediately you start overthinking. When you're overthinking, your brain just generates doubt after doubt after doubt. You can't stop it, and all these doubts make you not speak to the girl. Because like if you didn't overthink, pretty much you know what you need to do, right? It's clear from the get-go, okay, you see her, you need to go up to her and speak to her. But then Only when the overthinking kicks in, you don't do that. Like literally you have the plan to fix your problem, but since you're overthinking, you can't do anything about following that plan. Okay, so these are the 4 things that keep you a virgin. You are not talking to enough women. You've disowned your desire for women. You have a lot of bad habits that make you unattractive and also kill your desire. And finally, you're overthinking, which stops you from taking action. This is why I want to introduce you to the Northstar Method now, which is literally the method that is going to solve all of these problems in the fastest way possible. And if that sounds nice to you, check out the first link in the description. It's the full guide to the Northstar Method and it's going to get you to the point where I am. But let me show what it actually contains right now so you can understand how you can use that shit. So the centerpiece of the Northstar Method is cold approach, and cold approach is literally just the ability to start a conversation with a woman from scratch. So you're not trying to be friends, no, you're literally setting the intention of the relationship you are trying to build with this woman from the get-go. You can think of it like going up to a girl you like and giving her the opportunity to like you back. And you already see how this obviously solves the problem of you not talking to enough women. When you go up to women and you actually flirt with every woman you find attractive, then that's going to solve your biggest dating struggle. Then we have authenticity in the Northstar Method, which helps you solve that problem of you disowning your desire for women. Because most likely when you were growing up, you've never learned how you are actually supposed to feel about your desire for women, because your dad wasn't that masculine and you had nobody that you could ask to actually explain to you how you're supposed to feel about this drive, about this attraction you feel to women. And then you discovered porn and nobody was talking about porn, so you're thinking like, okay, it's kind of like a shameful thing. So you automatically associated your desire for women with shame. That's why you haven't expressed it so far. So the Northstar Method solves this problem by literally making you start talking to women and start showing your attraction for them to them. Because the only way you can fix your fear of showing your attraction is by actually showing your attraction. I'm sorry to tell you that. Now the way you can fix your overthinking habit is by being courageous. Because what you need to realize is that your overthinking, it just creates fear, and the longer you overthink, the more fear there is. Now what is courage? Courage is feeling fear and penetrating through it. So I'm not telling you that the Northstar Method helps you not feel fear at all, because fear is like a human trait, you can't get rid of it. But the Northstar Method actually helps you to penetrate through fear. So, because most people like fear, that's their limit. You know, they see fear and then they can't do anything about it. Courage literally helps you to feel fear and then to push through it. And this is also something you learn in cold approach. When you see the pretty girl and your overthinking starts, then being able to be courageous will help you push through that overthinking, will help you to actually approach it. And the final point of the Northstar Method is lifestyle, which is pretty much just a collective term for quitting bad habits and enabling good habits. For example, one thing I teach in my full guide is to go into the gym, because the gym is literally like the mecca for when you want to meet women, because first of all, they're fit, and second of all, it's easy to talk to women in the gym. Third of all, it improves your lifestyle. And when you live a good lifestyle, you avoid bad habits. And imagine like you've had a day and it started very disciplined, you only did good habits, you start taking a cold shower immediately, you just feel great about yourself for the entire morning, then you eat some clean food, and then when you go to school and you're at the train station and you see this pretty girl, then you feel fucking confident, you feel good about yourself, and then you will actually speak to her because you're actually convinced that you are a good person who deserves the attraction of women. And by the way, lifestyle is so easy to mock other men, and mogging is pretty much just being more attractive than other guys. The only thing you need to do to lifestyle mock 90% of men is to literally just say hello to one new girl in a day. Like literally 90% of men, probably even more, are not speaking to a new girl. They're not like even saying one word to a new girl per day. And then they wonder, oh man, why do I have a porn addiction? Why do no women like me? Guess why? So the Northstar Method is literally the best way you can start your dating life as a virgin. You're not only going to make progress fast, but you're actually going to make progress faster than all the other chumps who are still trying to get laid in the nightclub or who are still on Tinder trying to negotiate desire. So again, check out the first link in the description to learn everything I know about dating. Honestly, the Northstar Method is so fucking good. You can click and watch this video to keep on learning, or subscribe to the channel right here. I'll see you in the next one, bro. Hey!